Hello students, today we will study about Debye-Hückel theory. This theory is related to electrochemistry. The points of this Debye-Hückel theory are as follows. The first point is the strong electrolyte is completely ionized at all dilutions. We know that strong electrolyte when diluted they completely dissociated into its ions. But when we study the Raman spectra as well as X-ray analysis of crystals, the small amount of some strong electrolyte substances are still unionized. From this observation, we can say that our strong electrolytes are not completely ionized at all dilutions. Instead of, we can say they are almost completely ionized at all dilutions. And the second point is, since oppositely charged ions attract each other, we know that whenever the cation and anions are present in the solution, they will attract each other. But it also suggests that the cations as well as anions are not uniformly distributed in electrolyte solution. But the cation ion will tend to form in the vicinity of the anion, as well as the anion is tend to form in the vicinity of the cation and vice versa. There is a force of attraction exists between the oppositely charged ions that we know. That means normally we can find any opposite ion in the vicinity of the another oppositely charged ions. Here, if you consider the negative ion, this may be found in the vicinity of the oppositely charged positive ions, and the ion which is present in the center is called counter ion, and the ions which are surrounded the central ion are called ionic atmosphere. That means they form an ionic atmosphere around the central negative ion. And the third point of this Debye-Hückel theory is decreasing equivalent conductance with increasing concentration is due to fall in mobilities of the ions. So normally we know that the conductance will increases with the increasing concentration, but we need to know why the equivalent conductance decreases with increasing concentration. They have already mentioned this is due to the mobility of, that is fall in mobilities of the ion. We need to know why the mobility of the ions will decreases with the increasing concentration. For that, the two important reasons are there. The first one is asymmetry or relaxation effect, and second one is electrophoretic effect. And along this, one more point is also there. Even after a complete dilution also, the lambda infinity value is always greater than lambda v value. Here, the lambda infinity is nothing but equivalent conductance at infinite dilution, and lambda v is nothing but equivalent conductance at value v. This thing is also explained by these two effects only. Here we will study one by one these two effects. Now we will see what is asymmetry effect. For that, we just imagine a negative ion which is get surrounded by large number of positively charged ions. Here, the positively charged ions forms an ionic atmosphere around the negatively charged ion, and this atmosphere is symmetrically situated in the absence of any external field, and the force exerted by this atmosphere on the central ion is uniform in all directions. But when you introduce an external field, the negatively charged ion tend to move towards anode, and positively charged ionic towards the cathode. But notice here, the movement of these two ions are in the different directions. But when they will move in opposite direction, here we will get one picture. In this picture we can see that a large number of positive ions are present behind the negative ion. And this positive ion atmosphere drag this anion in the backward direction. So because of that reason, the anion experiences a force that tend to drive it backward direction and it retards the motion of this anion. So this behavior is called asymmetry effect. Because here initially we can see that the negative ion is in the center and the force exerted by these positive ions on this negative ion is similar. But whenever you apply the external field, what happens? The negative ion starts to move in the forward direction, whereas the positive ions moves in the backward direction. So because of the differences in their movement, what happens? The negative ion will drag back because it experiencing a force. So completely this anion is get out from the symmetry formed by the positive ions. So because of this distortion of symmetry formed by ionic atmosphere, this is called asymmetry effect. But this asymmetry effect can be corrected if a new ionic atmosphere is formed around the anion. But the formation of new ionic atmosphere and decay of the old ionic atmosphere is not possible in the same rate. It is possible if the building up of new ionic atmosphere and decay of the old one will take place simultaneously. But the formation of new ionic atmosphere will take some time. That time lag is called relaxation time. During the relaxation time, what happens? The predominance of positive ions will observed in the left side, and that drag the anion in the backward direction, and hence it retards the movement of this anion in the forward direction. This one is also called relaxation effect. Now we will move towards the second factor or the second effect called electrophoretic effect. Electrophoretic effect is another factor which retards the movement of anions as well as cations. In our example, we have taken anion as a central ion and cations as a part of ionic atmosphere. So normally anion as well as the cations will form in solvent. That means anions as well as cations are attached with the solvent molecules. Whenever you apply an external field, anions will move in the forward direction, that means towards the anode, and the cationic atmosphere will move towards the cathode. The direction of these two ions movement is in the opposite side. But if you see, when the anion starts to move towards the anode, it has to pass through the ionic atmosphere which is associated with the solvent molecules. That means whenever it starts to move in the forward direction by escaping through the cationic atmosphere which is associated with the solvent, it experiences a force which drags it back. Now not only cations, even the solvent molecules will also disturb and they will also retard the motion of this anion. So this one is called electrophoretic effect. By considering these two asymmetric effect as well as electrophoretic effect, Onsager has given one equation related to the conductance. We will see that equation now only. lambda v is equal to lambda infinity minus a plus b lambda infinity into square root of c. In this equation, lambda v, as we know, this is equivalent conductance at volume VCC, and V infinity is equivalent conductance at infinite dilution. A and B are constants, and these two constants are depends upon the nature of the solvent as well as the temperature. Here the A is a measure of electrophoretic effect and is given as 82.4 divided by dt to the power 1 by 2 into eta, and B is a measure of asymmetric effect. It is given as 8.2 into 10 to the power 5 divided by dt 3 by dt to the power 3 by 2. In this equation, D and T are dielectric constant at absolute temperature, and eta is the coefficient of viscosity. And this complete equation is also known as Debye-Hückel-Onsager conductance equation.